The old clock struck 11 on New Year's Eve. John sat alone in his dimly lit apartment, the muffled sounds of distant celebrations creeping through the walls. On the table before him lay a dusty, unopened journal, the one he'd bought exactly a year ago, with high hopes and lofty resolutions. Forgotten, like so many promises. As he reached to pour himself another drink, the pages of the journal began to flutter, as though caught by an unseen wind. Written on the page is his own handwriting, yet unfamiliar to his memory, were the words, "Complete the resolution or pay the price." Confused, he laughed it off, but the laughter died as he noticed the shadows in the room shifting, creeping closer, taking shape. One by one, the shadows solidified into ghastly figures. Each bore the face of John, worn, haggard, and hollow. They whispered his abandoned resolutions, their voices dripping with scorn. Lose weight, get that promotion, reconnect with your family. The air grew heavy, the room smaller, their voices louder. Panicked, John grabbed the journal, frantically scribbling as if to make amends. But it was too late. One shadow leaned close, its empty eyes staring into his. "A resolution forgotten is a promise broken," it hissed, "and broken promises demand their toll."
The New Year, a time for celebration, renewal, and hope. Across the globe, traditions mark the turning of the calendar, from fireworks lighting up the skies to festive feasts shared with loved ones. Yet beneath the laughter and joy lies a shadowy history. Many of these customs are born from ancient fears, eerie superstitions, and dark rituals meant to protect against unseen forces. From Scotland's misty highlands to Romania's vibrant streets, from Japan's solemn temples to Chile's mysterious graveyards, we'll delve into the unsettling origins of New Year traditions. A journey where past and present collide, every act carries whispers of the supernatural and the eternal between life and death dances. Welcome to the darker side of New Year's Eve. As the clock strikes midnight in Scotland, households anxiously await their first foot, the first person to step inside the home in the new year. This seemingly cheerful tradition hides a darker past. During the Viking era, a dark-haired stranger's arrival at the door was a harbinger of doom, a reminder of raids and bloodshed. Today, the tradition lingers, a shadow of Scotland's tumultuous history. In Germany, the new year begins with molten lead dropped into cold water to predict the future. These shapes are said to foretell the future. For example, an arrow shape means that you will find your direction in life, and a cat shape means you will be spoiled and pampered. The practice traces back to ancient divination rituals, once used to predict misfortune or death. This custom serves as a reminder of humanity's timeless fascination and fear of what lies ahead. In Mexico, the countdown to the new year includes eating 12 grapes, each marking a wish for the months to come. But beneath the merriment lies a chilling belief. Failing to eat the grapes invites illness or even death. This ritual, rooted in ancient superstitions, highlights the fragile line between tradition and fear. As midnight approaches in Spain, effigies resembling enemies or personal failures are set ablaze, or known as muñecos de año viejo, burning effigies. This fiery spectacle isn't just symbolic. It echoes ancient rituals meant to expel evil spirits. These muñecos burn not only to cleanse the past, but to keep the darkness at bay for another year. In Greece, families gather to cut the vasilopita, a sweetbread hiding a single coin. Finding the coin is a sign of good fortune, but for centuries, receiving the wrong slice carried ominous implications. The tradition's roots in divination remind us that fortune-telling was often a double-edged sword. In Denmark, broken plates pile up at neighbors' doors as a symbol of goodwill. Yet this custom traces back to darker times, when shattering objects was thought to repel ghosts and malevolent spirits. Each crash was a defiant act against the unknown forces lurking in the shadows. As the new year approaches in Japan, a profound and resonant tradition occurs: Joya no Kane, or ringing bells. At Buddhist temples across Japan, 108 bell tolls echo through the New Year's night. Each toll cleanses a sin, yet this serene ritual is steeped in the haunting concept of karma. With every chime, participants seek to escape cycles of death and rebirth, a solemn reminder of life's impermanence. In Ecuador, life-size dolls are filled with fireworks and set alight to mark the new year. These effigies, sometimes eerily human-like, symbolize the banishment of evil and getting rid of regrets or letting go of the bad things from the previous year. But their fiery destruction recalls ancient purification rituals, where fire was used to ward off the spirits of the dead. In recent times, it has become popular for children to design effigies after cartoon characters or superheroes. For the adults, the effigies may often resemble people they don't like, such as political figures or members of hated sports teams, for exactly the reasons you would expect. Fireworks, bang on pots and pans and horns, the way in making noise, light up the new year in the Philippines and China. This cacophony has a deeper purpose: to scare away evil spirits. In ancient China, it was said that evil spirits would look for victims during the coming of a new year. According to legend, these evil spirits could be scared away with noisy fireworks. In Philippines' animist beliefs, the noise-making tradition warns that silence could invite malevolent forces to linger in homes, turning celebration into vigilance. In Russia, New Year's wishes are written on paper, burned, and consumed with champagne. This unusual practice harks back to fire rituals meant to appease spirits. Drinking the ashes is a symbolic act to keep misfortune and death at a distance in the year to come. Loaves of bread are banged against walls to chase away evil spirits in Ireland. The ritual's origins lie in ancient beliefs that malevolent entities could linger in homes. Each thud against the wall is a plea for protection, as much as it is a wish for prosperity. In South Africa, old furniture is tossed out of windows to symbolize renewal. Yet this dramatic gesture is rooted in fear of ancestral spirits. Holding on to old possessions, it was believed, might anchor the dead to the living, a connection no one dared risk. Red underwear is a New Year's must-have for love and luck in Italy. But the color's origin is far from romantic. In Roman times, red symbolized protection against bloodshed and death. This intimate tradition carries echoes of ancient fears masked by modern celebration. The exact origin of this tradition is unknown, but a popular theory says it dates back to the Middle Ages. According to this theory, men wore red cloth or sashes over their nether regions to protect their private parts from witches, who were said to be at their most nefarious during the beginning of the new year. In Romania, the bear dance is a captivating and colorful tradition that marks the New Year celebrations. The country's folklore and cultural heritage deeply root this unique custom, as the bear in particular was considered a sacred animal by ancient Romanians. The bear dance isn't just a winter performance, it is a symbolic ritual embodying the cycle of time, signifying both death and rebirth. Believed to purify and enrich the soil for the upcoming year, it holds a deeper significance beyond mere dance. As midnight approaches on December 31st in the small town of Talca, the Mall region of Chile, some locals engage in a practice that might seem unusual to outsiders. They spend the night in the graveyard, keeping vigil among the tombstones. This tradition is deeply rooted in the local culture and is a way for people to welcome the new year in the company of their deceased loved ones. Participants bring candles and flowers and even set up picnics beside the graves of their family members and friends. The atmosphere, contrary to what one might expect, is not morose or overly somber. Instead, it is a time of reflection, remembrance, and even celebration of the lives of those who have passed. As the final seconds of the year tick away, we often focus on the promise of a brighter future, but the customs we practice, often without question, are reminders of humanity's long-standing battle with fear, misfortune, and the unknown. Whether it's burning effigies, ringing bells, or smashing plates, these traditions connect us to a past where survival meant appeasing spirits and warding off darkness. So, as you welcome the new year, remember, behind the glitter and glow lies a tapestry of mystery steeped in centuries of belief. From all of us, may your new year be filled with light, both seen and unseen.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.